What's up, guys? Welcome back to another banger. It's a Christian plug. We got another video. Yeah, consistency, man. Consistency. We're back with another video. Today, this topic was inspired just by today, man. This whole day, it just inspired this topic. So yeah, it's another video for you guys. I know it's really stormy and stuff, but I promise you, man, it's a good day today. But the way I'm trying to angle this is a bit dookie, so if I move the camera I might not be able to get this back. But today we're gonna be talking about our mouth. Now in the previous video we talked about our voice, about our voice as Christians, but now we're gonna be talking about our mouth. Have you ever gone to a function? You ever went to a family party or just a party in general, and when you were there was always that one guy that just has so much to say? There's that, not even so much to say, there's that one guy that speaks so much and has little to contribute to the conversation. And sometimes it's not even that guy, it can be women too. When you're on the bus and then there's loud shanices in the back of the bus chatting, and they're just screaming out the conversation, and they talk so much, and it's like, wow, is your bum jealous of your mouth with the amount of crap that spits out of their mouth? That's the topic of today. The loudest man in the room. I'll admit, in my life I was that person, man. I had way too much words coming out of my mouth. At times I just called for silence, or not even times I called for silence, but rather the times that called for just a normal conversation, and I had to go and say stuff that wasn't even necessary, whether it was prideful nonsense that people just did not care about, or if it was just hurtful stuff that didn't really contribute, I heard a saying once that said, the most dangerous man in a room is the most quiet one, Because now we know self-control is one of the fruits of the Spirit, right? Self-control is one of the fruits of the Spirit. And so, and the Bible says a man without self-control is like a city with walls that are broken down, easy to penetrate into. So a man who speaks a lot he's defenseless. He's just spewing out nonsense, folly, foolishness. He has no self-control, and because of that, he's a weak man. He's a weak individual. But a man with control over his mouth is dangerous. And I don't mean dangerous as in don't approach this guy, he's gonna come kill you. I mean dangerous as in he is a force to be reckoned with, because he has control over himself, over his tongue. He has control. I've got a verse for you here today. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 12 and 13. Whoever belittles his neighbor lacks sense, but a man of understanding remains silent. Whoever goes about slandering reveals secrets, but he who is trustworthy in spirit keeps a thing covered. Whoever belittles his neighbor lacks sense. We gotta understand, man, our mouths. The Bible says there is the power of life and death in the tongue. You know what I'm saying? And that's not something to just take lightly. The power of life and death, that's a big thing, don't you think? You can kill friendships with your tongue. You can kill relationships with family with your tongue. You can do a lot of stuff with your words. But you can also establish friendships with your tongue. You can also gain trust with your tongue by keeping it closed, by just shutting it. Shut it! By closing your mouth. You can do it, man. We gotta learn to be silent in this day and age, to be comfortable with silence, I think. too many of us think it's okay to say what's on our mind all the time. And we call it honesty. But really, it's just ignorance, man. The notion that how we feel is valid always, and everyone deserves to hear the way we feel, and we need to force the way we feel onto others. It's crazy. It's selfish. And Christ does not call us to have selfish hearts. We should have selfless hearts. Less of us, more of Christ. So we gotta keep our mouths quiet, man. And just like on a side note, as a man, I feel like if you can't even control your mouth, like how can you really control yourself, you know? There's no mastery over yourself. You're just following impulses like a monkey. You're just chasing after every desire that comes through your head. And like the Bible says, people that go down that path, they lack sense. A wise man is a quiet man. That's something I firmly believe. A man with more to say talks less. Yeah. One thing I just want to add towards the end of this is, you know, banter is okay. You know what I'm saying? Banter is okay. But we gotta understand, like, social etiquette requires respect for one another. Don't you think? Let's say, for example, you're sitting on a chair. No. My bag was on the chair. Then you move the bag and you sit where my bag was. And I say, why'd you put my bag on the floor? Then I make you stand up so I can go put my bag back on your chair. Or let's say I was sitting in a seat. Then I go use the toilet. Then I come back here in my seat and I make you stand up and get out of my seat. That's not respect. And that's not a love for you. So when we speak to each other and we're like, you know, communicating with each other, we gotta beat each other up. And remember that in conversations, we're supposed to be giving. In our interactions with each other, we're giving. Always giving. Giving information, giving wisdom, giving humor, giving joy, giving happiness, giving advice. We're giving. It's not about us. Life is not about us. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 2. When pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with the humble is wisdom. It says it there, man. Pride leads to disgrace. Pride leads to shame. And pride leads to a fall. It's not about us, man. If we go our lives speaking like it's about us, acting like it's about us, man, we are gonna be humbled. I'll tell you that. From experience, I can tell you. The humility of Christ comes. Then you're like, hey, like I said, less of me, more of you, Christ. Glory be to your name alone, man. Glory be to you. I mean, come on. How can you just not look at this? And then just think about God's power and just not like... That's just beautiful, man. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this YouTube video. Back to back is crazy. We'll try and get more videos out there. My head's tweaking. We'll try and get more videos out consistently on point. But yeah, have a great day. I love everyone. Stay in your word. Stay with God. And I'll see you in the next one.